Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. So today is the first day of a new week. Today is November 1st, 2021. This is week number 44, but I'm going to make a video for the summary of what happened last week, which is week number 43. Now, last week I had a hard time. Markets did end in all-time highs, but I did lose plenty of money in options trading. So I'm going to explain all that in this week's video. Before I go on, if you're on Facebook, you can join me at Facebook group Investing 102. You can find me here at this group, Investing 102. You can level up your investment thinking. So let's go straight to ETrade. So the first thing I do is go into ETrade, copy the transactions, and then go to my spreadsheet here. I have a tracker, and I'll zoom out a little bit. I like to add some space in and then paste it in. Okay, let's do that again. I gotta undo it and then paste again. Okay, I did that right, but I'm in the wrong cell. So let's do it in, that's, okay, you see that? So that's my transaction. So let's get the next set. And here you go. I'm just gonna make sure the filter is on, hit the apply, and then just go here. I copy everything in. And again, I normally like to remove everything that's useless afterwards. So I'm going to remove all the useless stuff afterwards. There you go, and I'll remove all that. So this is what it looks like after I'm done editing it. Again, this is mostly for pivot table purposes. These columns come from ETrade. I do add my own columns. I number each trade. I have extra things to help me out to determine the days to expiration and stuff like that. So let's hit save. And then the next thing I'm going to do is bring it to the top. I always scroll here, go to the pivot table, and then see what the data looks like for the month. And this is what it looks like. I normally use this to check if everything is okay. And I think that's fine. And look, this is the one that I care about. You see this loss? This is a big loss, and it's going to show that I had a loss for the whole month. So that's a bad thing. Let's hit refresh. And this is the final numbers. I lost $6,000 in October. So that is not a good thing. My running P&L now is $19,000. So that's bad. So this is what it looks like. I fixed it up. 2 weeks red in a row, 15 trades, 149. My current P&L is now $19,196. You see the difference? I lost plenty of money. So let's talk about what happened. And again, I was going to scroll here. You can see it. I was already having a bad month. I had a big week here where I was closing a position, and I did the same thing. I closed another position. So let's talk about that particular trade. And here I go. I filtered it in or filtered it out, and you'll see what happened here. I closed it with 29 days to go, and you will see that this cost me $5,000 to close. The issue here is it has nothing to do with, so I opened it up on week number 41, so that's only like 2 weeks ago. And what you can see is I only collected a $100 premium. I had 14 contracts. So the issue really here is I use a much higher delta than I normally would use. And not only that, the markets did run up in these 2 weeks. And I was already the market was close to being tested. So there was no way, if I needed to fix this, in essence, I should have fixed it in this week. Now, I wasn't following it very closely, and I just assumed that the markets will revert back to the mean. And that, yeah, I made a mistake, and I didn't watch my position. And I generally don't watch it very closely. I manage these things once a week sometimes, not a lot. But I realized with this one, I didn't need to go another week, because you can see I already took my loss, and it was easier for me just to close it out. If you do this here, you'll see that I lost the money, regardless of how many times I rolled the untested side. When you sum everything up, it shows that I only lost, well, I don't want to say only, I lost $3,900. The rolling of the untested side just reduced some of the pain. So if you see that here, it will show you that I collected a small premium. Relative to what I lost, it is really small. I collected $240. But that's not enough to offset, again, the $5,000 that I lost. This is how much it cost me to close. So think of it this way. This is the premium you collect up front, $1,004. I collected another $200 and change after that, but I end up closing it for 5,000 and change. And when you sum it up, again, that's $3,900 loss. So that's a big loss. The next thing I'm going to filter out is Skechers. Skechers did beat, I think they beat earnings, but the shares didn't do anything. You see, this option contract was going to expire worthless at the end of the week. It cost me $3 to close it. So what I did was I rolled it up and rolled it to the future, made a small profit on Skechers. Now you're saying, well, did I really make money in Skechers? If you look at it from the last 2 times, here you go. That's my profit here. You look at the coloring. That's how you can tell. Then you scroll here, made profit, and you see over here. So you see I'm making small profit each week, each month. So it's not a lot. And if you keep on scrolling up, you'll see that I'm making profit. What you care about is looking at the green number is always bigger than the amount that it cost me to close or row. And if you notice that, the pattern is generally that way, even here. And if you just scroll this, you see that I made small amounts, but you can make money every week for a while, even here. If you scroll here, you'll see that what you care about is this number here, the sum. That's how you can tell if I made money or not. Let's look at another trade. So let's talk about SOFI. You can see I've been rolling up and out. The problem is SOFI touched $21 today, but it's been moving up. So I've been trying to get ahead of it, but I haven't. So I'm already in the money. But what I'm trying to do with these cover calls are keep on rolling these up and out. Then what I'm doing is, you saw it in the past, I'm using either spreads or cash recur puts, and I'll collect some premiums on the other trades to pay for some of the moving up. Now, why would you do that? Well, remember, it doesn't cost $1 to make $1 in cover calls. And what I mean by that is, sometimes it costs you 90 cents to make $1, which means there's a 10% margin for you, even if you're in the money. So a lot of people don't understand that. It is literally guaranteed. Now, nothing is guaranteed. If the stock drops, then your option or your cover call will lose its value, but your stock will also lose its value. But if you're deep in the money and if it stays in the money, you can roll your cover call up for less money than the gain of the strike price difference. So if I'm rolling up $1 and it costs me 84 cents or 91 cents, or you translate to dollars, you're still making profit even if your shares get called away from you. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to roll it up and out, making small profits using the cash or the premium from other trades. Again, normally I will use it from the short side or the put side, or I use a spread on the put side to try to make money to pay for some of this. I think SOFI will still keep on going up. I don't have a cover call on every 100 shares I have, so I do want to make sure I don't lose all my shares with the cover call or limit my upside. But that trade is still young. I want it to play out. I think I want to hold it for many, many more years, but I'm trying to protect my position. Hey, I know I had a hard week, but this is the problem with YouTubing, right? You create a video. I don't just show all my winners and just pretend that, every trade goes well. That's literally one trade. You see that? That one trade can wipe out literally a whole bunch of my smaller wins. And that is true. And I managed that one at a 4x loss, I believe. So I didn't experience max loss, but I did experience 4x. I think I collected $1 premium and it cost me $4 and change to close out. So these are things that you need to manage, right? Most people like putting the loss at 2x or 3x to manage your position. Now the key is you got to make sure you don't experience a lot of losses. If you do, it's easy. You can wipe out your account pretty easily. So what I try to do is I'll take the loss. I'll let the odds play out. Then what I do going forward is on my new position, I got to go a little bit more conservative. So it does mean I collect less premium. But over time, what that would do is in the future, I'm going to reap some of the things that I did this week. So sure, I took the loss and I'm just waiting to see what happens. And you'll see what I mean. Options trading, the way I'm playing it, some of these stuff take 20, 30, or 40 or 50 days to play out. And so sometimes you can't worry about the running P&L or what it shows today, because if the market suddenly turns on you, then really, I'm showing really less profit than I'm really making. So I do think, I said it earlier this year, that my goal is really small gains, 1,500 trades. If I'm at 15,000 P&L, that's pretty good. What most people don't understand is I'm not playing with $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000 here, right? I'm playing with small account sizes, generally speaking, anywhere between $30, $40, or $50,000 in cash at any given time, and sometimes I rotate in and out. And obviously, I made some mistakes. Microsoft is still going to hurt me. I converted an iron fly. I'm sorry, I have an iron condor convert to an iron fly. I'm trying to reduce some pain there. Let some time play out and see how I'm going to play that. If it continues to go up to like $340, $350, there's nothing I can do. I'll take the max loss on that one too. But with that being said, hey, give me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it that I post my winners and losers. Again, I copy every transaction out of my brokerage account into the spreadsheet, and then I pivot the data, and this way you can see all the data play out this way. Nothing is hidden. There are good months and bad months, and you see it. I don't edit anything. The only thing I do is I add extra fields so I can pivot the data better. But outside of that, everything is there for everyone to see. With that being said, give me a thumbs up, like, share this video, comment below. Let me see what else you would like to see. Don't forget, let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time, and have a profitable day. Bye-bye.